Today we're driving the 2022 Nissan Pathfinder. This is a platinum four-wheel drive. It's powered by a 3.5-liter V6 that makes 284 horsepower. That's mated to a 9-speed automatic transmission. It starts at around $48,000 for the platinum four-wheel drive. This has a few options like second row captain's chairs. I'll list those in the description. Overall, though, I think this is one of the nicest vehicles that Nissan is making these days. Let's walk you around this new Pathfinder, show you what it looks like inside and out. We'll take it for a drive and give you some thoughts on what this has been like to live with this week. So on the outside, I do like the new design language that Nissan has been going with. It kind of combines a rugged but sleek and modern look, in my opinion, a little bit like the new Nissan Frontier. Pretty attractive looking SUV in my opinion. Not a lot of complaints on the aesthetics of this thing. Let's pop the tailgate and show you behind this third row. Got a little bit of space behind the seats, and you've got some storage underneath here, which is nice. Got kind of a soft close cover there. With the second row seats pulled all the way back, you still have a little bit of legroom, and you can, of course, move those seats forward. All manual controls to fold these third row seats down. Pretty easy to do. You can get a pretty flat loading surface too with the second row folded down. A couple buttons here to close the tailgate or lock the vehicle if you've got it off. This Pathfinder is rated to tow up to 6,000 pounds, which is pretty good. If you need any more than that, you should probably be looking at a big truck or a bigger SUV. Lots of adjustability with these captain's chairs. Move them forward, move them back, adjust the backrests to really lean back, which is pretty cool. Let's see how easy it is to get into this third row here. So we're going to push that. It's going to tilt forward automatically. Very easy to get back here. This is really nice. Locks back into position. And of course you can have that second row chair pulled just a little bit more forward for some more room in the third row. But overall, a pretty nice place to be back here. Decent amount of headroom. I have armrests, a USB charge port, this little seatbelt thing right here. And to get out, I just press this button. Pretty easy. The second row is kind of the same story. Lots of nice amenities back here. We have lots of storage in the door pockets, a couple of cup holders in the top and bottom, window shade, nice armrests, and more storage here in the center console space. USB-C and Type-A port, rear climate control, rear heated seats. A nice stadium seating layout where you can pretty much see well over the front seats, which is great. Nice panoramic sunroof. Pretty attractive looking interior. I like a lot of the materials and surfacing that Nissan has done here. They've kept the gloss black plastic out of this center area, which I applaud them for. I like the contrast between the leather, the aluminum finishes, and the plastics in this. It looks pretty sharp. Let's take a look under the hood at this V6. 3.5-liter V6 rated for 20 miles to the gallon in the city, 25 miles to the gallon on the highway, about 22 mpg combined rating. Mounted a little bit forward to the front wheels, pretty low in the engine bay though. Let's hop on the front seat, I'll show you around that and we'll take it for a drive. So for the most part, I really do like this interior. Nissan always does a great job giving you physical buttons, physical controls for all of your settings. You don't need to go deep into menus to change stuff. Really the only place I'm left wanting is this digital center display. It's not particularly well organized. There's a lot of different screens and none of them seem to kind of give me the information I really want. There's a lot of pop-ups that come up while driving that can be kind of distracting. And I don't know, it's just not the best digital layout and aesthetic. The speedometer on the right is kind of strange looking. Yeah, you get a digital speedo, but the analog is pretty much unreadable. Same kind of goes for the tachometer on the left. You've got enough information here with all of your driving and trip computers, but again, it's just kind of, it falls short with the way the rest of this car is designed and looks and feels. Otherwise, though, we get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a really nice touchscreen that you can adjust quickly for day and night driving. We've got kind of the same menu setup that we see in a lot of other Nissan products, this kind of home screen that will show you weather, traffic. You can quickly access Apple CarPlay if you need to. You've got some quick access controls too for a camera, your map, your audio controls, whatever you're listening to, which is pretty nice. The shifter's pretty intuitive too. Kind of push forward to go in reverse, back to go into drive, press the P button to go into park. Feels a little bit higher quality too than some other Nissan models. You've got your parking brake right down here, a bunch of different drive modes: eco, sport, tow, auto, snow, sand, rut, mud. We're probably just going to leave it in auto today. That pretty much covers all of our bases. Pro Pilot Assist in this Nissan Pathfinder works great on the highway. We'll show you that once we get it on the road. We have a heated steering wheel, heated and cooled seats, auto climate control, dual zone, all the good stuff. Wireless charging down here. Lots of storage throughout this interior. Pretty spacious center console area with some felt padding on the bottom. We've got a little bit of a space here I don't really know what you would fit in there. It's not very big. Maybe some change or something. Decently sized glove box, place to put your sunglasses. Of course, this pretty nice sunroof. These slide, and it even says sliding visor. Look at that. All right, I think that's a pretty good walk around of the interior. I mean, everything here is pretty straightforward with what we've come to expect from Nissan. Great ergonomics, very usable. A little bit disappointed with this center digital display, but for the most part, it works. You can even put it on a calm screen setting right here, and it just does that. I would like a little bit more configurability with the gauges, and I don't know, I haven't really delved super deep into the menus on this. Maybe there is a little bit more adjustability on it, but I'm just not terribly impressed with it right off the bat. Okay, let's take this thing for a drive. I'll show you what the reverse camera looks like. Pretty high res, pretty nice 360 camera. Good use of screen real estate here too. I have excellent visibility throughout this vehicle. Front to back, everything looks pretty good, even with the third row all the way up. I will really give Nissan credit here for their drivetrain tuning. This 3.5 liter V6 and this 9-speed automatic are just buttery smooth. It's a really nice powertrain combination. Very comfortable, very relaxed. A good amount of power from this V6 too, quite torquey. It's a little bit lazy to downshift and to kind of get up and go sometimes, but once you get into the power, it pulls very well, and this is a really nice, comfortable, smooth powertrain. And that translates to a lot of the way the rest of this car drives. We've got pretty nice suspension tuning, very soft, pretty quiet over bumps. It's been cold and warm all week, and we've had a lot of temperature fluctuations. So we've got a couple little rattles that may present themselves throughout the interior, but for the most part, this feels like a really quality product from Nissan. Everything, all of your touch points feel high quality. I like the leather on the steering wheel. The steering itself feels really nice. It's quite light, but weights up well once you take it around a corner. This is dual pinion rack steering, so I haven't really pushed this around a corner too much this week. We'll see how that performs in the handling department here on this entrance ramp. Brake pedal is nice and progressive. Yeah, there's just a little bit of throttle delay on tip-in, but not a huge deal. Actually decently quick. And for an SUV, the steering around a corner is fantastic. Very neutral, not a lot of understeer. can see here it's holding revs high in auto mode, sensing that we're in a sporting driving situation. That's pretty well done. Let's see what ProPilot Assist does on the highway here. So we're just cruising at 65 miles an hour. We can turn on our steering assist with this button right here. Easy to see, easy to press, easy to access. I'm skipping 5-mile-an-hour increments very quickly by holding up on the resume and set buttons. We seem to be doing a really nice job keeping us centered in the lane. It's giving me a warning to keep my hands on the wheel about every 10 seconds or so. Not a ton of wind noise at speed either. Pretty comfortable, pretty quiet. Really nice highway driving experience. We'll leave the system on, see how it brings us down from speed following some traffic here. I'm going to give it a little bit of help around these corners. I don't expect it to navigate these entrance ramps. So this is the car bringing us down to a stop, and I'm taking over because we're getting a little bit too close. Also, whenever you do activate the ProPilot Assist, the cruise control, any of it, it'll automatically put you into this screen that shows you your following distance and what system settings you have enabled. And if you want to see another screen like your trip, you have to go all the way back to that other screen. Kind of an annoyance that I found with a lot of Nissan vehicles the last few years. Let's take one more entrance ramp, and we'll give ProPilot Assist a second go here. I really like the way this Pathfinder drives. It's smooth, it's comfortable, it's athletic enough for being a 3-row SUV. The handling is actually quite impressive. Power from this V6 is fantastic. It seems like our driver assistance systems work quite well too. We also have the Bose premium sound system in this Pathfinder, and I will say it is fantastic. It is some of Bose and Nissan's best work in any of their vehicles. Really clear, really nice tones, deep bass, everything leveled out. It sounds fantastic. We'll end this video with a sound system test and give you guys a little bit of a taste of what that sounds like. Overall, I've got to give pretty top marks to this Pathfinder. Besides a couple little rattles in the center console here during cold weather this week, and I wouldn't mind a little bit more responsiveness on tip-in with the transmission. For the most part, this is a really fantastic SUV. It's comfortable, it looks good, it's well priced, it's nicely equipped, it's easy to live with and easy to use. And I think it offers a really nice, luxurious driving experience for the price, and it starts at much less than 48 grand, which is what the MSRP is on this. But it kind of depends on what you're looking for in your 3-row crossover / SUV. Wow, look at that. I don't know all of the engineering behind it, but anything with this dual pinion rack power steering in any of Nissan's vehicles has been really impressive. From my understanding, it can kind of adjust the wheels individually around a corner and almost give you zero scrub in a radius. So really, it can kind of eliminate any form of understeer. I first experienced it in the new Nissan Sentra and was really, really impressed. And again, here in this Pathfinder, it's an impressive power steering system. I did do some driving earlier this week in wet, slippery, inclement weather, and I will say I'm not as impressed with this all-wheel drive system as I thought I would be. It's very front-wheel biased. It almost feels like it's front-wheel drive and that you get some wheel spin off the line from those front wheels and not a lot of power distribution to the rear to kind of balance it out. So, you know, the rear axle will kick in eventually, and it does a nice job distributing power and doing its thing around corners. It feels very neutral, but off the line sometimes, especially with a little bit of steering angle, you'll get quite a bit of front wheel spin. And for a minute, I had to kind of check to see and confirm that this was actually all-wheel drive. And it is. It just sometimes fools you a little bit. So a little bit of a complaint there, but for the most part, if you don't have a heavy throttle foot, you won't really notice it. Alright guys, well those were some first impressions on the new Nissan Pathfinder. Let's walk you around this one more time. We'll show you what it looks like in some direct sunlight here, and then we'll take this and do a little bit of a sound system test with this Bose premium audio. We'll also be posting some videos on this on the Winding Road Magazine YouTube channel. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Thanks for watching, and if you don't want to see the sound system test, we'll see you guys in the next one. If you do want to stick around though, stay tuned. Alright, so we'll go into Apple CarPlay here, find our music app, turn our volume up. I do really like the steering wheel controls. Volume and track selection are right next to each other. Very easy, very intuitive. Alright, that's going to be it for the sound system test. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Take care.